Hey girl, I thought I could do this a little faster by making a video rather than typing all of this out, so I hope that this helps. Thank you very much for taking advantage of your follow-up. Not every client does, but it's definitely beneficial in cases like yours. In relation to the tree that keeps calling to you in this new home setting that is offered itself up to you. I can't help but notice that in your reading there is a definite like tree shape. There's the triangle. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, like all the way across the triangle, and then there's one card at the base. And then the sort of tree trunk of your reading, that card was the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords is always about making a difficult choice. You know, she's holding these heavy implements. You know, the swords are definitely weight. So she's bearing the weight of having to make a choice between two things. And the two definitely resonates throughout your reading. You had mentioned that when you looked up sequoia trees, that one of the wand cards came out, and you have a couple wands in your reading. The King of Wands in particular makes me think of sequoia. And the King of Wands, it's very interesting because in your reading, the Queen and the King came up and they are facing each other. You had the Queen of Swords and the King of Wands. And the thing that's very interesting about this in general, when it comes to reading the Rider-Waite Tarot, which is what I prefer to use for my clients, is that the Queen of Swords is the only queen who is facing towards the future. She is actually, you know, facing towards the right. So since when we read left to right, the right is in the future, right? So the Queen of Swords was looking towards the King of Wands, who is actually looking towards the past. It's very interesting to remember during your reading that the King of Wands was came out and had a feeling of partnership because they're sort of squaring off, facing off. So the situation that you've come to and making a choice, it seems like these two characters are definitely like, you know, squaring off, and one is moving forward and the other is moving back. So as far as it goes for you, I remember the Queen of Swords really resonating with you as far as the butterfly imagery. She has butterflies on her crown. She has a butterfly in her throne, and that being a real transformative energy that you picked up from your own intuition with the cards. So again, this resonates. Moving forward, the real guidance here is, you know, the Hermit came up for you. I think that, but wait, before I want to talk about the Hermit, because the Hermit was the first card that I had the table, I think speaking more to the twos, that, you know, the two, you had the Two of Swords and you had the Two of Wands, and the King also resonates with two. You know, the King of Wands has a real ruthlessness to the personality. So I wonder if that's related to your recent choice. If the person in your life was just exhibiting some, you know, ruthless qualities especially about your feelings, your emotions. So if it's feeling like you definitely made the right choice in weighing a difficult decision, and the Two of Wands being like caught between. What else do I want to say about the twos? You know, the two also, you know, as far as speaking to your own self, I think the two is oftentimes that, you know, I think I already spoke to that. The needing to make a decision. There's like a fork in the road and like two different paths, needing to make one or the other. And the Two of Wands in particular, I remember in your reading it came up that the Two of Wands was really about like taking pause and remembering to stay in focus with your own inner alignment, to like reflect on your own inner world, and in the unfolding of what is happening in your life, remembering that like it's okay to be right where you are, take pause. And I think remember it coming up for you too, yeah, it's coming through really loud and clear. The need to remember that you have not come this far to only be this, having come this far, that you're supposed to continue to move forward. Everything up into your past has made you who you are, and you're supposed to continue to move forward. So as speaking to the Hermit, which was the very first card that hit the table, you know, continuing to go by your own guiding light. Really trust your own self. The 2 comes back to the intuition, trusting the own self, and your hermit, your inner knowing, your own trust that like you can be out in the world and also stand alone, and carry with you your own truth and shine that truth into the world. And ironically, with the hermit being a bit of a standalone, I also remember that the last card that came up for you was the 3 of Cups, which is so interesting in relation to what you said today. The 3 of Cups is really the biggest energy here as far as like making a shift, the guidance about making a big shift in your life. The 3 of Cups is all about your joy, about being connected with your community, with your, especially with your girlfriends, and in relation to, building your business, like networking with your girlfriends, and really like having, that good, like joyous, nurturing vibe. And in relation to the big choice to move to that house with the big sequoia tree and move forward with your own light, that hermit, following your own inner guiding light and standing alone. The 3 of Cups also encourages the whole, like, if you're single, go out and mingle. This is a joyous card with joyous energy, and they are like holding their cups up high and having good interaction and like really finding that, we see ourselves best in reflection to other people, especially new people. So if you have new girlfriends, or a new interest as far as a social interest or a way that can like get you connected with other people, I definitely would encourage you to pursue that. That's all I got for you today. I hope that this helps you, and I'm really glad that I made a video because your reading was so big, and your follow-up question is so big that I think that making a video and like trying to make it under 9 or 10 minutes is definitely easier than like typing it out, and this way you can view it again if you need it. I'm wishing you well. Thank you so much for your trust in my ability and your confidence in my channeling to be able to assist you in making these tough decisions in your life. Have a great day.